Pause whatever you were about to do and listen closely, because bond volatility is not just a background headline anymore. It is actively reshaping which assets the system leans on next. If you own gold, bonds, stocks, ETFs, or any traditional asset at all, you are already part of the same financial system XRP is being built to power. Right now, that system is being stressed where it is most sensitive, the bond market. And when bonds destabilize, everything tied to settlement, collateral, and liquidity has to adapt fast. XRP sits directly at that pressure point. Take 1 second out of your life and make sure you like and subscribe to this channel right now so you never miss crucial information. Before we go any further, quick housekeeping. This is not financial advice. This channel exists strictly for educational and informational purposes only. I do not tell you what to buy or sell. My role is to explain how volatility in foundational markets forces utility shifts long before price reacts. Here is what most people miss about bond volatility. Bonds are not just investments. They are collateral. They are balance sheet anchors. They are plumbing for the global financial system. When bond prices swing violently, it is not just traders who feel it. Settlement systems, margin requirements, and liquidity pathways all come under strain. When that strain appears, the system does not look for upside. It looks for stability and speed. It looks for ways to move value without amplifying risk. That is when assets designed for efficient settlement stop being theoretical and start being operationally relevant. This is why bond volatility matters for XRP specifically. XRP is not positioned as a hedge on bond prices. It is positioned as a mechanism that helps systems function when traditional collateral and settlement assumptions are under stress. In calm markets, that role looks optional. In volatile bond markets, it becomes urgent. Notice the shift happening beneath the surface. Conversations move away from yield and toward liquidity, away from duration and toward settlement certainty, away from returns and toward risk containment. That shift always signals a new utility phase for assets that specialize in moving value quickly and cleanly. The market still treats XRP as if bonds are stable and liquidity is abundant. The system is beginning to behave as if neither assumption can be trusted. That mismatch cannot persist for long because systems do not tolerate friction when volatility is rising. This is why XRP's next phase is not driven by speculation. It is driven by necessity, created elsewhere in the system. Bond volatility is not a side story. It is the trigger that forces infrastructure assets into relevance. What you are watching right now is not noise. It is the early signal of a utility transition that only becomes obvious after the system has already moved. To understand why bond volatility triggers a new utility phase for XRP, you have to understand what bonds actually do inside the financial system. Bonds are not just yield instruments. They are collateral, settlement buffers, and balance sheet stabilizers. When bond prices become volatile, the system's ability to rely on them smoothly begins to break down. That breakdown forces institutions to look for alternative ways to move value without amplifying risk. Bond volatility creates stress in 3 places at once. First, collateral values fluctuate, which complicates margin and funding requirements. Second, settlement risk increases because price swings widen timing mismatches. Third, liquidity fragments as participants become more cautious about extending credit. These pressures do not resolve themselves, they cascade. When this happens, institutions stop optimizing for yield and start optimizing for certainty. They look for mechanisms that allow value to move without relying on unstable collateral or extended settlement chains. XRP's design fits directly into this requirement. It allows value transfer without pre-funded accounts and without exposure to prolonged settlement risk. This is where XRP's utility phase shifts. In stable bond environments, XRP's speed and efficiency are attractive but optional. In volatile bond environments, those same features reduce risk. Reducing risk changes behavior far faster than chasing returns ever does. The mechanism is not speculative demand, it is operational substitution. When bonds become less reliable as collateral and settlement anchors, systems substitute toward rails that compress time and uncertainty. XRP becomes a functional bridge in that substitution process. Because this substitution happens under stress, it does not scale gradually. It activates when tolerance is exceeded. Once that happens, demand appears because the system needs a solution immediately. That demand does not wait for consensus or price validation. It executes. XRP's liquidity structure magnifies this effect. With fragmented supply and thin margins, operational demand does not require massive inflows to move price. It requires urgency. Bond volatility creates urgency by destabilizing the very instruments the system depends on most. This is why price often lags the shift. Institutions adjust workflows and risk models first. Execution follows later. Price only reacts once execution forces demand into visible markets. By that point, the mechanism has already changed. Understanding this reframes bond volatility entirely. It is not just a macro event. It is a trigger that forces systems to reassess how they move value. And once that reassessment begins, assets designed for speed and certainty move from optional to essential very quickly. That is why this moment matters. The mechanism has shifted from theoretical efficiency to operational necessity. And once that happens, repricing becomes a question of timing, not possibility. Hang on tight for another 30 seconds, because this is where bond volatility exposes the biggest psychological divide in the market. When foundational markets like bonds start behaving erratically and price does not immediately respond elsewhere, retail psychology assumes the risk has passed. Whale psychology assumes the countdown has begun. That difference is why positioning accelerates quietly while the surface looks calm. Take 1 second out of your life and make sure you like and subscribe right now so you never miss crucial information. Retail participants are conditioned to look for visible stress. If prices are not crashing and headlines are not screaming, confidence returns quickly. Calm is interpreted as resolution. In reality, calm during rising bond volatility usually means stress is being absorbed internally. That absorption phase is exactly when institutions reposition, because visibility is low and competition is minimal. Whales and institutions understand how stress resolves. Liquidity stress does not unwind smoothly. It compresses. Pressure builds in funding markets, collateral chains, and settlement systems long before it shows up in equity or crypto prices. During this phase, public price action often looks uneventful because execution is happening off-exchange and out of view. This is your second retention moment, and it matters. The most dangerous psychological signal is not fear or panic. It is false calm. When markets appear stable while foundational systems are under strain, many assume resilience has been proven. In reality, resilience is being consumed. That is when disciplined capital increases exposure to assets that benefit from forced system adjustments. XRP sits directly in this psychological gap. Its value emerges when stress is highest, not when sentiment is strongest. That makes it uncomfortable to hold during calm periods and extremely valuable during transition periods. Most investors are wired to exit right before that transition, because waiting without validation feels like risk. Another critical difference is time horizon. Retail thinks in days and weeks. Whales think in stress cycles. They align positioning with collateral instability, funding pressure, and settlement bottlenecks. When those pressures converge, price moves rapidly because the psychological contest was already decided during the quiet phase. This is why repricing feels sudden and unfair. It is not sudden. It is delayed recognition. The decision to reposition was made long before price responded. By the time movement becomes obvious, the opportunity to position cheaply is already gone. Understanding this reframes what you are seeing now. Flat price action does not mean bond volatility is irrelevant. It means the system is still absorbing stress internally. Once that absorption capacity is exhausted, repricing is not optional. It is forced. In the final section, we will zoom out and connect this psychology to the macro environment itself, collateral stress, liquidity cycles, and why bond volatility consistently forces bridge assets into their next utility phase when systems reach their limits. To close this out, zoom beyond XRP and look at what bond volatility always signals at the macro level. When bonds become unstable, the foundation of global finance starts to shift. Bonds are not just investments, they are collateral, settlement anchors, and trust instruments. When their prices swing violently, the system loses its primary stabilizer. That loss forces institutions to prioritize speed, certainty, and capital mobility over yield or narrative. This is why bond volatility does not stay contained. It ripples outward into funding markets, margin requirements, and cross-border settlement. When that happens, systems are forced to rely less on promises and more on mechanisms that actually work under stress. Assets that can move value quickly, cleanly, and without extended settlement risk become essential. XRP was built for exactly this environment. History shows this pattern repeatedly. Gold does not matter most when bonds are calm. It matters when trust fractures. Payment rails do not become critical when liquidity is abundant. They become critical when liquidity is scarce. Infrastructure assets are ignored until systems depend on them, and once dependence forms, valuation adjusts abruptly because there is no alternative path forward. This is why XRP's next utility phase is not driven by excitement or speculation. It is driven by necessity created elsewhere in the system. Bond volatility is the trigger that exposes inefficiencies and forces change. When that pressure reaches its threshold, the system does not ask whether XRP should be used. It asks whether anything else can do the job as well. XRP does not need hype, belief, or consensus to move forward. It needs stress, and global liquidity stress is building faster than most people realize. When that stress forces execution, price becomes the release valve for pressure that has been accumulating quietly. So if you believe in truth over noise, comment the word bonds. If you see where the world is heading before the crowd wakes up, make sure you like and subscribe right now to never miss crucial information. Every subscriber here isn't just part of an audience. You're part of the awakening of the Matrix movement. See you on the next one, my friends.